Offensively, man, we set a team record. 645 yards after kneel downs. 645 yards on offense, all right, and 38 first downs. Those are team records, gentlemen. Give those guys a hand, huh? So it goes without saying, everybody on offense is going to get a damn game ball, all right? Everybody. Now, inside of that, I just want to make this point. Our quarterback was 24-29, 412 yards, 4 touchdowns, a perfect quarterback rating, 158.3, all right, with 4 rushes for 21 yards.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And the flag that was thrown on this was picked up.
I don't know, did it get the face mask?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It is Brad. This is the Lions Hangover Podcast. I want to thank everybody for listening. Please find me on all social medias. I'm on X, Instagram, and Facebook, although X is the most interesting thing that is happening lately. I am doing a little promotion. I'm giving away a little bit of a prize. I'm giving away a bobblehead, and all you have to do is follow me on X, and then you retweet my post, the post that has all the details for the bobblehead. I'm giving away a Brad Holmes bobblehead, bobblehead. It's a fantastic little bobblehead, man. It's great. It's cool. It's actually a lot cooler than I thought it was going to be when I first set eyes on it. Then please tag me in a post of a screenshot showing me that you are following this podcast either on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, and I will pick one lucky winner before the Indianapolis Colts game. I will do that on Saturday. So please do that. If you already follow me, don't worry. You can just show me that screenshot, man. That's all you got to do. Just let me know that you're following the podcast, and you may be a lucky winner. I want to thank at Eric Lee 816 for giving me a brand new follow. I also want to thank, where'd he go there? That at MC Hammered J. These are all on Twitter, and I also want to thank at Stow the OB. I think that's what it is. It's at STOTHE. OB. So thanks a lot, guys, for playing along, and hopefully one of you guys will be a winner. Yeah, so good luck to everybody. So let's get into it today. The Lions destroyed. They pounced all over. What they mauled? Whatever you want to say. Just annihilated. I think that's the best thing to say. The Jacksonville Jaguars, 52-6. What can we say about this game? It was almost no contest from the get-go, okay? Jacksonville gets the ball first. They go down. They score their 3 points. And from that point forward, it was all Lions, man. All Lions. Whatever they wanted to do, it was all Lions. And, of course, we'll break the game down and all that stuff in just a few minutes. But the vibe. It was relaxing, wasn't it? It was just so relaxing. And you know, those close games are exciting, but hell, after that Houston Texans game, it was nice to just sit back and watch the Lions do their thing. Both sides of the ball, okay? Both sides of the ball. The offense obviously did their thing, scoring 52 points, and the defense did their thing. They only gave up like 170 yards total yards allowed. 170 yards allowed. I'll confirm that in just a second, but I believe that is the case. And they only give up 6 points. No offensive touchdowns, just 2 field goals. There was just so much to get into. I want to make sure I get all of this. This is my favorite part. I love seeing all of the new records. And we heard Dan Campbell there at the beginning of the show, but I just love hearing all of the new records, the streaks that everybody has going. I love giving everybody their flowers, I guess is what it is called. David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs, they set a franchise record for a running back duo to each produce a touchdown in the same game for the 9th time. Isn't that something? Now, we also have, let's see here, Jacksonville's 46-point loss today at Detroit was the worst loss in franchise history, surpassing the 44-point loss to the Jaguars suffered to the Lions in December of 1995. So the very first time we played the Jaguars in 95, the game that I was at, if you listen to the preview show, I was at that game, had a $20 bet with a coworker who he stiffed me on that. That son of a bitch. 44-0. That was the previous record of the point deficit for the Jacksonville Jaguars. That was beat today again by the Detroit Lions. So there's now a 46 point deficit. So that's their all-time differential. The 46-point win also tied the Lions for the fifth largest point differential in a single game in NFL history, which that's pretty amazing. Jahmyr Gibbs also reached a speed of 21.8 miles per hour on his 54-yard catch. That one in the second quarter. It's the sixth fastest play by a ball carrier this season. Gibbs is now responsible for two of the top six speeds this season. He did hit 22.03 miles per hour in week one. Now, today, like I'm saying, everybody's getting these flowers. The Lions set a single game franchise record in margins of win, 46 points, which we talked about. Total net yards, 644. That's freaking unbelievable, man. And total first downs with 38. They were getting first downs left and right. Let's see, what else do we got here? Don't worry, I got more. Okay, Jared Goff is the first player in NFL history with 400-plus passing yards, 4+ touchdown passes, and a 158.3 rating in multiple games. There have only been 7 such games all time, and Goff has 2 of them, including today. And the only teams in the NFL history to allow 1 passing touchdown or less and an interception, at least 1 pass in each of the first 10 games of the season. That's the 2024 Lions, the 1985 Eagles, the 1984 Broncos, and the 1939 Giants. So only 4 teams have done this, and your Detroit Lions did that today. Man, there's so much more to go on here. The Lions outgained the Jaguars, if you're doing the math, by 475 yards on... so the Lions outgained the Jaguars by 475 yards. That's the largest yard margin in an NFL game in 45 years. Okay? And last but not least, we have Mr. Kirby Joseph. 7 interceptions on the season so far and a pick 6 in a season. This is the first time in franchise history since James Hunter did it in 1976. And yes, Kirby Joseph leads the NFL with 7 interceptions now. Isn't that freaking unbelievable? The Lions did whatever they want, okay? Whatever they wanted to do today, except, man, let's nitpick. What do the Lions still need to improve on? The pass rush was kind of subpar. Kind of for a blowout, for a dominating defensive performance. They didn't allow anything to happen, but they barely got to the quarterback. It doesn't matter. Mac Jones didn't play that great. There was pressure on Mac Jones. I really thought there was at least going to be 3 to 5 sacks today, honestly. With Zadarius Smith coming, Aleem McNeil there. The Lions were just so much more powerful than the Jacksonville Jaguars that I thought for sure we would have 3 to 5 sacks on Mac Jones today. God, what an amazing game. I love that crap. They did so freaking well. Let's break down the game here. So Cam Little kicked that 59-yard field goal. Hey, good for him. And there was probably room for that ball to go another 6 or 7 yards past that. That ball was going a long ways. I sit on the sideline, though. I have the sideline seat, so I didn't see if it was to the left or to the right. All I know is that he made it. So good for him. Good for Cam Little. But then it was the Lions' turn. David Montgomery got started with a 2-yard rush. Of course, Jake Bates kicked that field goal. Jake Bates kicked the extra point. He connected on all the extra points today, and he had that one field goal. Jahmyr Gibbs had a 1-yard touchdown run. Then David Montgomery, it was his turn again with another 6-yard rush. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a 27-yard pass reception, of course. And then just before the end of the half, we had Cam Little. He kicked that second field goal. So at the halftime, the Lions were leading 28-6. You just kind of knew. You just kind of knew what kind of a game it was going to be from that point forward. I mean, mathematically, the Jags were still in it, but the Lions were getting the ball after the half. Like, Jack Fox didn't even punt today. Like it was just that kind of a day. And we didn't even turn the ball over. Every time we had the ball, we scored a touchdown. We scored points every time we had the ball. So second half starts. Jameson Williams had the 64-yard pass. Brock Wright, he had a touchdown today, because Laporta was out. Amon-Ra St. Brown got his second touchdown pass. That was 9 yards. And then Jake Bates connected with a 54-yard field goal. Wasn't that freaking amazing? So let's do some stats right here. Mac Jones, 17 of 29 for 138 yards, 1 interception, sacked 1 time. He had a quarterback rating of 56.4. Travis Etienne. Yeah, it's Etienne. Yeah, it's weird. 12 carries for 27 yards. He couldn't do anything. The Lions' run defense is so amazing. Their biggest weakness still is a mobile quarterback, and Mac Jones, well, he ran the ball 2 times, but he only got 7 yards, so his longest being 5 yards. Not a big deal today. Brian Thomas Jr., 5 catches, 82 yards. Evan Ingram, 5 catches, 28 yards. And then the next biggest one is Travis Etienne. He had 3 catches for 6 yards. So there's that. They had no sacks on Jared Goff. Jared Goff did a great job of avoiding the rush. He had 4 carries, man, for 21 yards. You heard Dan Campbell. Vanilla Vic. I hear that's the nickname for Goff. Anytime he runs, Vanilla Vic. I have to say the decision making from Jared Goff today was everything you wanted it to be. He didn't, there were a couple throws where I was like, what the hell is he doing? But overall, and then of course, that's just me nitpicking, that's just me finding that needle in a haystack, just something to complain about. Jared Goff had a perfect day. 158.3. You cannot get a better quarterback rating than that. Literally, that is the max quarterback rating you can get. 158.3. I don't know how they settled on that number, but that is the number, and he got it today, man. Over 400 yards passing, 4 touchdowns. The dude was amazing. Now, most of that was, yards after the catch. He didn't have any major bombs or anything like that, but there were a couple throws, it's like, into the ground or something. Doesn't matter. He had an amazing day today. So let's get to the Lions stats. I feel like Dan Campbell said everybody on the offense was getting a game ball. I believe it. So, but yeah, Jared Goff, 24 of 29, only 5 incomplete passes. He almost had as many touchdowns as he had incomplete passes. That is freaking ridiculous. 412 yards, average of 14.2 yards, quarterback rating of 158.3. And even Hendon Hooker, 3 for 437 yards. He finished with a 103 quarterback rating, but 75% of his passes, that 3 for 4, that's not a big enough sample size, but it's good to see. And even the incomplete pass, that was a drop by David Robinson. So that wasn't even on Hendon Hooker. That was a good throw. David Montgomery ran the ball 15 times for 75 yards. He had those 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs, 11 carries for 69 yards. 1 touchdown. He had his longest was 23 yards. Even Craig Reynolds ran the ball 2 times for 21 yards. It was good to see him. He had a 19-yard rush there, like the first time he touched the ball. Really good to see him there. Again, Jared Goff, 4 carries, 21 yards. Sione Vaki, 5 carries, 9 yards. Even Hendon Hooker got credited with 4 carries with 3 yards. I didn't even know that. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a hell of a day. He caught the ball 11 times for 161 yards. He had the 2 touchdowns, his longest being 27 yards. He was 11 for 11. 11 targets, 11 catches. Jamison Williams caught the ball 4 times on 6 targets. 124 yards on the day, his longest being that 64-yard run. Well, you know, the catch and then the run. You know how it goes. Average of 31 yards per reception. Jahmyr Gibbs, 1 catch for 54 freaking yards, baby. Khalif Raymond, 2 catches for 30 yards. Tim Patrick, 3 catches for 26 yards. Please, Tim Patrick, get a touchdown. You deserve it, buddy. God, Ben Johnson, get this guy a touchdown. He's probably the hardest working third-string quarterback to never get a touchdown. I don't even know if that makes sense. David Montgomery, he caught the ball 3 times for 20 yards. So what does that mean? 3 times 20 yards. So David Montgomery had 95 yards of total offense. Jahmyr Gibbs had 60. Let's do the quick math here. 123 yards of total offense was Jahmyr Gibbs. So that's these guys, man. So freaking talented. It's Allen Robinson. I'm sorry, my bad. Allen Robinson had 1 catch for 7 yards, but he did have that drop. That was on 2 targets. And Brock Wright, man, he was wide open in that end zone for that touchdown. Jack Campbell played a hell of a game. He had 9 total tackles, 3 solo, half a sack. Brian Branch, also a hell of a game, 7 tackles, 5 solo. Anzalone went out with that broken arm. They say he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. He should be back in time for the playoffs. Well, there's 7 weeks until the first week of the playoffs, but you figure Lions keep this up, man. They're going to have the number one seed. So that means 8 weeks. So perfect time for Anzalone to come back. Jack Campbell's been playing great. Rodrigo's been playing great. He's going to be missed, but we have depth at the linebacker position. We have depth. It will be okay. Plus, don't you sort of think that it's his forearm that's broke? I've seen guys play with broken arms before, so maybe if he just has it casted up, he could come back in like a month or something like that. If it's not sore, you can do a lot of stuff as long as you got that cast on. Carlton Davis played with a cast today because he's got that broken finger, broken thumb, something like that. He had 3 tackles today, 2 solo, so he's doing good. I thought Amik Robertson had a good game today as well. He had that 1 tackle for loss. Brian Branch had that huge hit today, though. I love Brian Branch. He's my man. He's probably my player. It's so silly that he has that green mouthpiece hanging out of his helmet, but I love it. I hope when they come out, there was a David Montgomery bobblehead that came out today. I hope when it's Brian Branch's turn to get a bobblehead that they have that green mouthpiece hanging out of it. I just think that's so amazing. I've seen a couple people today with that same green mouthpiece. I saw a lady, she was wearing a helmet. She looked like she was ready to play some football, but she had a Brian Branch jersey. She was wearing a helmet, and she had the green mouthpiece sticking out of it. I thought it was amazing. DJ Reader, 2 tackles. Kirby Joseph, he had 3 tackles and that interception. God, I'm so happy. We have guys that are leading the league and stuff, man. This is amazing. And I was there at the game today with some friends, and, I would describe them as casual football fans. They hadn't been to a game before, so it was awesome that they were able to go with me today. But I was trying to explain to them that you have a good team when you know everybody's name, Like when the whole city knows everybody's name, that's when you know you have a good team. Because think about it, huge Red Wings fan, especially in the late 90s, early 2000s when they were making their run, you knew every single player on that team from the first line to the fourth line. You knew every single player, and that's the situation now. You know every single player on the Lions. Like, can you honestly say that you know all of the players on the Red Wings right now or all of the players on the Pistons team? But when the Pistons were winning, you knew everybody. That's just, you have studs on every spot of the field, man. Every spot of the field, you have studs. Jake Bates, he had 1 kick, 54 yards. The man is doing it up. He was 7 for 7. 7 touchdowns today. 7 for 7 on those extra points. And again, no punts by Jack Fox. It's one of those catch-22s, that bittersweet feeling. I love Jack Fox, but man, I love when we don't have to use them either. There were 64,273 people in attendance today at Ford Field. That's good, man. That 50-50, that was up to like what, 226,000 today? I got to win that sometime. I got to talk to somebody. However, I mean, I bought a ticket, but I got to win that. Again, Lions had 38 first downs. The Jags only had 10 first downs. 10 to 38. That's unbelievable. We were 6 for 10 on third down. The Jags were 2 for 10. We ran 76 total plays of offense. The Jags only ran 47. They only had 170 total yards of offense. We had 645. And you're like, man, we must have had the ball so much more than them. No, we each had 9 total drives. Each team had the ball 9 times. The thing is, we just averaged 8.5 yards per play, and they only averaged 3.6. Now, we had 449 yards of passing. They only had 129. Rushing, they only had 41. We had 196. We were 5 for 5 in the red zone. They were 0 for 1. Penalties, I thought it was a pretty good game. Penalty-wise, there wasn't too much going on. The Jags were 6 for 40. I don't remember anything too outlandish, and the Lions were 4 for 46. The big difference is, not even the big difference, Mac Jones had that one interception. Lions had no turnovers whatsoever. The Jags only had the ball for 20 minutes, 54 seconds. The Lions had the ball 39 minutes, 6 seconds. This was such a lopsided victory. And the Lions, they never gave up. They had their foot on the throat of the Jags, and they just destroyed them. But they weren't dicks about it either, Like, fourth quarter came around, Hendon Hooker went in, Sione Vaki went in, Craig Reynolds went in, Robinson went in, Tim Patrick played more. Like, they're doing what a team is supposed to do, Just the other teams have to stop you. Like, what else are you supposed to do? You're putting in your second and third string players, Sorry if you feel embarrassed. It's just, I don't even know what else to say. I love that the Lions are blowing these teams out. The Lions, I mentioned this in the preview show. A lot of times teams play to the potential of the other team across from them. That's not what they're doing here. The Lions are just playing at the Lions' potential every single time. Lions teams never did this in the past. Think about how many times in the 90s, in the 2000s, even when Matthew Stafford was here in like the 2010s, okay? The Lions play a great team. The Lions, like they would play the great team close, and sometimes they would even beat the great team. And then the following week, they would play a lesser team, and then they would get destroyed by the lesser team. Maybe not destroyed, not like this, not 52-6 destroyed, but it's like, come on, how can you beat a good team and then you lose to a bad team? Like, how does that happen? Or you barely scrape by the bad team? That's because, a lot of teams in the past, and even teams in the NFL today, not the Lions, but they always play to the potential of the team they're playing against. And that's not the case here. The Lions are just playing 110% every single time, and that's coaching, man. That is coaching. I hope I was watching the post-game speech that we heard a little snippet of from Dan Campbell. I was watching that, and he looked like he was having fun, and all I was thinking is, please don't leave Ben Johnson. Please don't leave Aaron Glenn. Like, no matter where you go, it's not going to be as good as it is right now. I know those guys want to be in charge of their own team. They want to build their own thing. I get that. But at the same time, you have something good here. Why not just hang on to that for a while? If you keep doing your thing, those head coaching jobs will always be there. Why not just stay and just enjoy your friends? Don't you want to work with your friends? Like, that's all I keep thinking of. Like, If they left, Dan Campbell would love the next man up, but I got to think deep down it won't be as good as it is right now. Even if the Lions experience the same amount of success, it just doesn't seem like it would be as good. And we really have something going here. You can just see it. These guys, they love each other. They love playing for each other. This is just such a, not to get too weird about it, but it's just, you can just tell this team is different. It's not like my real first year as a Lions fan was 1991. Lions go 12-4. Okay. That was a good team. They got destroyed by Washington twice that year. All right. Doesn't matter. But you would think the following year, the 92 season, you're thinking the Lions were one game away from the Super Bowl. Were they Super Bowl favorites? Sure, they were Super Bowl favorites. They went 5-11, and it's like, that's the way it went back then. And when you think about the team we had last year, and now we have Super Bowl hopes, we have Super Bowl dreams, Super Bowl aspirations. It's not just some fantasy. We are legit Super Bowl contenders. They have built the foundation of this team. Sheila Hamp, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they've built this thing from the ground up. This team is so sturdy, and it has depth everywhere. Hutchinson is the best edge in football this year. He was on pace to be the defensive player of the year. It would be hard to argue that he wasn't. The Lions have not lost since he has gotten injured. One of the best players in the league. The Lions have not lost. Now they're down another man, Alex Anzalone, for 6 to 8 weeks. The Lions, I guarantee, they might not go undefeated the rest of the season, but you're not going to know that he's missing on the field. We are so lucky, man. This is amazing. The Lions are not just one of the best teams this year. I think the Lions are one of the best teams easily in the last 20, maybe 30 years. I think this team now, what it is built of, what it has going forward, could rival. God, man, I hate to play the what if game. I don't want to sound crazy. I don't want to be a LeBron versus Jordan sort of a thing. But I have to think if this team was put together and Jared Goff is leading us the way that Jared Goff is leading us right now, maybe Tom Brady wouldn't have 7 Super Bowl rings, Like it's just, we are doing things that haven't been done in a long time. Most of them are franchise, benchmarks. We're doing things that haven't happened on this team. What are we, 9-1? This is the first time since 1934, something like that, which is amazing. 9-1 is getting pretty respectable, but the fact that we haven't done it since 1934 is kind of sad. But it's like 90 years later, here we are, baby, kicking ass. We are a team to be reckoned with. The best team in football right now. We have 1.5 tests to go. We have the Bills in December, and you want to call San Fran a test, that's fine, but San Fran's not the same team they were last year. There's something going on. I love Brock Purdy. I don't mind, Christian McCaffrey. They have a good team, but they're not the team they were last year, and we need to take advantage of that. So as of right now, through the regular season, we really just have the Bills left. No disrespect to the Packers or the Vikings. We're better than you. That's not to sound cocky or arrogant or anything like that. That's confidence. There's nothing that I have seen this year that says we can lose or that we will lose to any of those teams. Our next test, our next legit test, and we might lose to the Bears, we might lose to the Vikings, we might lose to the Packers. Fine. Everybody's going to have an off day. We dodged the bullet in Houston, like I said, everybody has their day, but paper, 9 out of 10 times, Lions are winning those matchups. And the only one that's up in the air is against the Bills right now. So that's, December 15th. We have the Colts next week. Are you worried about the Colts? Everybody loved AR-15. He's athletic. He had a great combine or whatever, but athletic ability doesn't necessarily translate to talent, to ability to execute and to lead. So, we'll break down the Colts coming up, but Lions did what they needed to do against the Jags. They've done what they needed to do against 9 other teams this year so far. And man, I wish we could play Tampa Bay one more time. I hope we see them in the playoffs. I hope we'll play anybody, anywhere. I'm not worried. This game, I know it's just the Jags and things are looking up and we're riding high from this. But the Lions are just taking care of business, man. And things are looking up. And it's hard to have doubt. It's hard not to have confidence. So I think that's it for me. I don't know how much more Lions ass I can kiss today. I could do it all day, but I don't think you guys want to hear that. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for, please rate, subscribe, tag me in a screenshot on Twitter, and let me know that you're following me and be entered in this week's raffle for the Brad Holmes bobblehead. It's awesome, and I have plans to do future giveaways as well. I've got a whole stockpile of Lions collectibles that I want to get out to you guys. So all I ask for in return is just some listening support. So I appreciate all of it. Good luck to everybody, and I will be back Thursday night for the Colts preview, and then it's Thanksgiving time. So, all right, you guys have a good rest of your night, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.